second quarter, 4 in the third quarter, and it's all the other things she does too. She had 5 steals in the first half.
And pretty much every one of her steals led to a made basket as well.
Yeah, you're right.
Points off turnovers is a key component, especially if you want to win in conference.
Callie Long goes in on the left baseline, got blocked out. Emily Boyd tight on her. I do believe that's where the foul's going to be, and it will. That will be the 6th team foul against Jackson, her second.
She had position there, but just bad footwork. If you're trying to stop someone baseline, stick 1 foot out of bounds, and they can't go around you out of bounds, and just stand your ground, and they're going to either have to go through you or go out of bounds, but she didn't have her footwork quite there.
Missed shot by Jacobsen. Anderson with the ball now. Goes to Kingma. 3-ball. Yes. That's 5 3-pointers for Kelli Kingma. 24 points in the game and a Jackson steal. Lopez-Flores misses a shot after the steal. Lake Stevens gets the rebound. That's Glick. Glick leaves it back now for Vandegrift. Vandegrift into front court. Jacobsen. Jacobsen shut off. Bounce pass. Well, she lost it. It's Kingma with the basketball. Goes ahead to Sierra Anderson, who puts it in. Anderson with 6.5, 13 in the game, and it is 55-31, back to a 24-point lead for the Jackson Timberwolves with 7:10 to go in the fourth quarter.
And if you're Lake Stevens, as their coach said to us early on, as they're kind of in the middle between reloading and rebuilding, is they have a lot of talent there, but they're not quite at the rebuilt level. These are some key minutes here that are really going to help you both at the end of the year and especially next year when you have to face the same kind of pressure, and these same players are a year older, a year more composed, and they've been there already. So you can learn a lot about yourself in this game, and it might not pay dividends tonight, but it will during the course that they're in this program.
Sierra Anderson called for a foul on a shot missed by Callie Long, but Long connects on the first foul shot. She's 3 for 3 from the line and has 11 points in the game for Anderson. Her second foul, 7th team foul, just 2 team fouls for Lake Stevens in the second half. They got up to 7 fouls committed in the first half. 7:03 to go in the fourth quarter. Next shot, good rotation on that one, connects on it to make it 55-33. Less than 7 minutes to go. Kingma with the basketball to Lopez-Flores, to Kingma. Fifield, the freshman guarding her. That's great experience guarding a player of Kelli Kingma's caliber being a freshman. We're going to see Fifield for quite some time. Excuse me, she's the junior. The freshman is Glick. Rebound off a Jackson miss, and it's going to be Lake Stevens coming into front court. Fifield misses on the shot, comes loose, and it's going to be rebounded by Kelli Kingma. Kingma doing everything tonight. Passes down low to Sierra Anderson. Lays it up and in. 15 points for her in the game. She averages 15.7 and is 57-33, back to a 24-point lead for Jackson.
And as Kingma maneuvered on that fast break, one thing that you could tell, sign of a true point guard, is her head never looked down. Her head never wavered. She dribbled between 3 or 4 defenders, but her head stayed up to try and find an open cutting offensive player, and she was able to find her for a layup.
Emily Boyd will check out of the game, and Kassaundra Jackson checks in for the first time. Kassaundra is a sophomore, and she's got some good body size out there. She can block out very well. It's stolen away. Yet another turnover. 18 turnovers for Lake Stevens. There's Lopez-Flores missing a shot. Callie Long gets the rebound, comes out of backcourt. She's a pretty good multi-purpose player. Got to watch out for Kingma coming from behind. Doesn't have a chance. She tries to pass. It's swatted away. Kingma ends up with it down low over to Sierra Anderson. Faithaleen Lopez-Flores. She travel? She did. Basket went in, but she did take some steps. 57-33. 5:42 to go in the fourth quarter, and this pretty much looks like Jackson's game, where they would win their 5th in a row and improve to 9-2 overall and 5-1 in conference play. Kingma deflects the ball. Another steal for her to Anderson. Down low, misses a shot. Popped around. Fifield gets the basketball. Stolen away by Lopez-Flores, and Faithaleen drops it in on the right side. 59-33. Biggest lead of the game for Jackson, 26 points. And Lake Stevens loses it on the other end. Clinton gets it to Kingma. Lay in, left side, no good. Follows with their own rebound and pops it in from the right side and has 26 points. We have a timeout on the floor. 61-33 as Jackson leads by 28 points. We'll be back with more. 5:09 left to go here on Fox Sports 1380, Snohomish County Western Conference Girls Basketball. He's got to take care of something here.
Once again, tonight's game is being broadcast live on Fox Sports 1380 and STSPN.com. Calling tonight's action is Mark Hawkeye and Nathan Tapper. Tune in to Fox Sports 1380 and STSPN.com for the best in basketball coverage all season long.
We are here at Jackson High School. Thanks for being on board with us here tonight. 61-33 is our score. Jackson up by 28 points, their biggest lead of the game against Lake Stevens with 5:09 left to go in the fourth quarter. Lake Stevens will have the basketball. So Lake Stevens in bounds and still pressure defense, Nate. Jackson isn't letting up at all, even with that big lead. Down to 5 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you thought maybe that timeout was to change up the strategy and the intensity and kind of change the tempo, but I'm not really sure where
we can ask
the meaning
Mark
behind that timeout was there, as you've still got a majority of starters in and pressing.
Faithaleen Lopez-Flores with just her first foul. That's the 8th team foul. It's 1-1 for Fifield on the other end. Yeah, the only non-starter out there for Jackson is Kassaundra Jackson, who came in just a couple of minutes ago. Otherwise, everybody else started the game. The only player that started that isn't out there is Anna Johnson. Missed foul shot by Fifield. They play a little bit of volleyball down low, and it's finally knocked out of bounds off the 1-1 that time.
Kelli Kingma did depart after that timeout, and you got to think she's done for the night.
Oh, yeah, I do see Kingma is not out there. That's right. It looks like her, though. A lot like her. We're going to get the name of that. It's I think, a JV player they brought in. Down low with the missed shot is Walton. Boy, I tell you, look from the distance, and that's number 12 and has the same length hair and everything as Kelli. Plays a little bit different, though. Sierra Anderson hitting a 3-ball, and now she has 7 in the quarter and 18 in the game. Big night for her as well. 64-33, a 31-point lead for Jackson. Lake Stevens in front court. It's stolen away. Great hands again by Lopez-Flores. In the front court, Anderson. Anderson jammed down low, loses the ball, and it's going to be grabbed by Lake Stevens. Blasting out of backcourt quickly is Glick. Glick misses a shot. Vikings get the rebound. That's Hailey Wilson with the board and a nice reverse move. Lay-in. That looked really sweet, coming in from the left side and way down underneath and popped it in. So we'll keep it right here. 64-35 is the score. Want to let you know what's coming up with these games for us this week. Of course, we have tonight's game. Lake Stevens at Jackson girls basketball. Then tomorrow night is Linwood at Monroe. And then coming up the next night, and then tomorrow night's boys, so that is, Linwood at Monroe. That will be coming up at 6:55 and the tip-off at 7:15. And then Wednesday, Glacier Peak at Stanwood. That's girls basketball, Mike Buckholtz and myself. Then on Thursday, boys, Monroe Bearcats at the Jackson Timberwolves. So again, a change there for tomorrow, Linwood at Monroe boys basketball. Lots of stuff. And then on Martin Luther King Day, Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, the holiday, on Monday, Arlington Eagles take on the Newport Knights at the Showwear Center. We saw Newport last year, and that is in boys basketball. We did that doubleheader to close out the season last year.
That was
not the season, but the last regional or play-in game. Yeah, it was a play-in game. The regional then started here. Jackson with the basketball. Into front court now. We got to get the name of that new player in. I think they may have her on the roster. That looks like Kaylee Werner. Kaylee Werner is in for Kingma. Lay-in is good. Faithaleen Lopez-Flores hits another basket, 66-35. 31-point lead. It's been as big as 30. This is it, 31 right now. Ball knocked away. Jackson gets control of it. Lopez-Flores to Locknane in front court. A dribble, a shot, a miss. Deflected back outward as Lopez-Flores gets the basketball. And the jumper on the right wing is good. 2 points that time for the new player in, Kaylee Werner, a sophomore. So she gets some action. Lake Stevens bringing the ball out of backcourt.
Pretty much everything here is automatic except for the final score.
That's true. A missed shot by the Vikings as Jackson will get the basketball. They work it out of backcourt. Now, long jumper by Locknane. That was in there, but came out, and it's knocked out of bounds with 2:51 to go in the fourth quarter. And coming into the game will be Cacie Reichert. Reichert is replacing Cassidy Fifield. Jackson ball.
Now
Warner will inbound.
The fun part about these last couple minutes here is you get a majority of players on both teams who typically don't get a lot of minutes, so it's nice to watch them have their moment and get their points when it's not typically at least especially in the fourth quarter when they're in the ball game.
Another ball thrown away, 25 turnovers for Lake Stevens. Locknane made a basket on the other end for Jackson. They're going the other way. Lopez-Flores misses a shot, gets the rebound, puts it back up, missed the second one, and Lake Stevens keeps it alive, keeps it from going out of bounds. Into front court now, Cacie Reichert. I'm going to go ahead and say Kelli Kingma is our Skagit State Bank player of the game. We'll get her on in the postgame show, get her a T-shirt. And I know someday that'll be around the University of Washington campus. She'll be wearing that, right?
Oh, absolutely. Maybe you're on picture day.
That's right. So there you go. Lake Stevens misses a shot. Jackson goes the other way. Imari Clinton with 6 points and a half. And it is now 72-35. Their biggest lead of the game, 37 points. Rene Pedroza takes off for the evening as he's been scouting this game for his Cascade Bruins. Jackson into front court, 1:40 to go in the fourth quarter and in the ball game.
Jackson looking to pull it out here and take a little clock off.
So Werner with the basketball. The sophomore bounce pass. Now Faithaleen Lopez-Flores connects on a shot. Boy, she's had a great second half with 10 points and 17 in the game. 74-35, up to a 39-point lead, and a big one. Obviously, Jackson going to win their 5th game in a row. We'll also talk to Mark Hayner, the head basketball coach of the Jackson Timberwolves after the game. We'll take a quick break, I believe. Oh, pass inside, and a made shot by Marissa Walton. She's also got a foul shot coming up. The foul is going to be on Warner, her first 9th team foul. 1:06 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Post-game show sponsored by Cascade Valley Hospital. Close to home, close to heart, Cascade Valley Hospital post-game show. Shot is good, so she makes it a 3-point play. 9 in the game. Mari Clinton comes out of backcourt. 1 minute exactly left in the fourth quarter. Passes over on the right side, Emily Kipp. She finds Warner. Warner on the right baseline. Pumps it up, works it around. Clinton with the basketball. Inside the arc. Now right side, Locknane. And Locknane's going to go to Jackson. Well, they got 7 on the shot clock. Not that it really matters with the game the way it is. Ball stripped away. Hailey Wilson drives the other way, puts the shot up. No good. Warner's going to be called for the foul, and 37 seconds left as Wilson will go to the foul line where she is 1 for 3. So, Nate, you and I will be back in action here soon. You got the tournament there at BC, Bellevue College, coming up on Sunday, then the Seahawks game. I mean, how exciting is that going to be? You were there on Saturday and saw them win 23-15 over the Saints, and now it's Seahawks and 49ers. And this
the rubber
is one,
match.
Yeah, this is one you just live for games like this. I know I do. I can't wait.
Yeah, you know, I wanted
makes the second shot.
I knew an easier road would have been the Panthers, but I wanted the Niners to come back to town. You know, Rick, what did Ric Flair say best? To be the man, you got to beat the man.
That's right. There you go. Clinton misses a shot. So that's right. I mean, it's going to be huge. And, of course, we will be broadcasting, Mike and I, on Wednesday night from Stanwood.
And hopefully that punches my ticket to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and that will not make you available for the February 3rd game.
That's correct.
And you know what? That'd be something. Shot is a miss by Wilson. And again, Lake Stevens gets the rebound, stolen away, knocked out of bounds, and the clock will wind down. That is the ball game. Our final score is Lake Stevens losing to Jackson 74-39. Jackson 74, Lake Stevens 39. Our final score is we will have the presentation of the Fox Sports 1380 Player of the Game, sponsored by Skagit State.